All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go over the 5 headlines that we think you need to know about, or unless you already have heard about it, which we sure you have, we'd like to let you know how we feel about it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first 15, driven by Ram Trucks. Got to sponsor this segment. We love everything about that. Shout out to Ram Trucks. Obviously, you hit their pedal, all you hear is ram, 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 ram. It rides on clouds. It can pull anything. Let's get to the first 15, shall we? Let's start the clock. 5 ties. Can't have them. Okay? Obviously, Micah Parsons goes back to Jerry World. It's talk of the time. They're treating it like it's Super Bowl. You got everybody on the field chit-chatting about it in Football Night in America, and obviously, everybody on earth is chatting about it. The first time he went onto the field, Jerry Jones was actually being interviewed by Jason Garrett and Maria Taylor. Jason Garrett's first question was basically like, hey, I've been in your building a long time. Need a quarterback? Need a pass rusher. That's like one of your own rules. Why'd you trade away Micah? And then he went into a full conversation about, well, 1 guy's good, but how about 6 guys? That's what I think we can actually get. And he ran out with a band around his hips and around his waist. That was the first time I'd ever seen somebody just jog out there and act as if that is normal. And usually people do like a warm-up with that. He was using it throughout the entirety of his warm-up on the field. Kind of startled me a little bit, but with that being said, the man is an absolute ox. This dude is an absolute beast. Whatever he needs to do to warm up his muscles, he's certainly going to do. But Jerry Jones said basically we're going to get 6 guys instead of just 1 guy. I mean, I've always been right about numbers. Don't you worry about everything else that's going on around here, Jason. And they had a microphone a little bit far away from his mouth, so it was hard to hear him. Everybody else was a little bit louder. But basically, he chatted about Micah Parsons' trade 1,000 different times. And all he kept saying was for the good of the team, good of the team, good of the Cowboys. And then at the very end of the game, after it was 40-40 tie, here's what Jerry Jones had to say about the trade and the night as a whole.
They got Micah, and we've got what we've got, and we tied.
Okay, so 40-40 is what it comes down to. And a lot of American football fans say, what are we doing? This is what soccer does.
Yeah.
Golf doesn't even do it.
Yeah.
Okay, golf doesn't even do ties. Why are we doing ties? Well, there's been 17 of them in the last 30 years, and we say that's 17 way too many. What we need to institute, and D-Butt, people are going to think I'm joking here. I'm not. What I need you to do is suspend reality and go into this world just a little bit and imagine how special this will be. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Golden Boot. Yes, we have chit-chatted about it before, but if there's an entire 4 quarters of football played, 60 minutes, and then an overtime period, and for some reason these 2 teams can't figure it out, we need to just take what the most boring sport has that is actually the most electrifying thing that they have and put it into our game. Both the snap, the holder, and the kicker will go out onto the field from both teams. Obviously, it's going to be a rumpus atmosphere. Yeah. It's a tie ball game. There's been 4 quarters of boozing. There's been 4 quarters of learning everything about the other team. Those boys go out on the field all by themselves, incredibly uncomfortable, incredibly awkward. And one team will kick from the 50 or 40-yard line, a 50-yarder. If they make it, the next team, obviously, whoever wins the coin toss to go second or first, will try to match. If that person misses that 50-yarder, well, the kicker that made it and the holder that made it and the snapper that made it, their team wins the game. If they both make it from 50, go back to 55. If they both make it from 55, go back to 60. If they both make it from 60, go back to 65. McManus and Aubrey, massive legs. Massive legs. McManus is one of the best athletes in the NFL. Okay, any sport you put him in, he would be great at, which is why it's crazy that he's so damn good at kicking field goals, because you have to be very methodical whenever you're kicking field goals, just like a golf swing. So sometimes the really athletic guys aren't as good because they get a little crazy. McManus, obviously, and I think I think he had 2 tackles last night.
Yeah.
I think he had 2 tackles last night. Obviously, game tire. Had one blocked, which absolutely sucks. Don't always put that on the kicker, but hits a 53-yarder to send it into overtime. Massive leg, especially with the beat-up balls. Him and Aubrey would have both hit from 65. Then what? They're going back to 70?
What?
And then imagine a miss on the first one, and then Aubrey walks out there in Jerry World. Snap, hold, kick. He hits from 70. Think about that place going absolutely apeshit. I think it's only a 5 to 10 minute thing. I don't think it's a very long time. I don't think it's very drawn out. And I think you get a chance to get a winner or a loser. And if it comes to that point of the Golden Boot, we need somebody to win.
Yeah.
Need to.
Can't 300-0-1 or something is a stat for something that took place for the
40 plus points and no turnovers by the home team, I think it was.
Yeah, 300 wins and 0 losses is what it used to be. Now it's 300-0-1. We just can't have these ties. And it doesn't have to be the Golden Boot, but there are certainly things that we can create. Maybe just have it go until we have a winner. especially if they both tie on the first drive.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and keep going until we have a winner, untimed, basically at the end. But we hate this, and that game was hyped up, and that's how it ends. It's kind of what the fuck did I stay up here for?
Yeah, very anticlimactic. I didn't even think about that. I thought about several other things because it was 80 points scored. Maybe have both defensive coordinators just go out there and run suicides till one of them pass out.
That's a good idea.
Like the Eberflus.
Oklahoma's, but the Golden Boot, I love that rule. One thing I would change, though, with all the field goal blocks this year, we got to put the full unit out there. Yeah, I need a full unit out there. I need Zay Rodgers or somebody coming off the edge.
I like that.
Then you can start it much closer, too.
Yeah, they can do 45, 40, 45.
I like that.
And I think they should be able to pick left hash, middle, or right, whatever the hell you want. Listen, because at the end of the day, I think what builds up the drama is make, and then it builds. Now, granted, if the first kicker makes it, and then the second kicker just gets swatted,
so cool.
Place would explode.
Yeah.
Good call. I like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We can continue to brainstorm,
for sure.
but just know that ties can't happen. On that note, both teams walk out of there happy. Green Bay Packers owner, obviously second to last play, not desirable before the game tying field goal where you guys almost literally throw that game away in overtime as time expires. What year is this for the coordinator? What year is this for the quarterback being together? Crazy that this is taking place. LaFleur addressed that afterwards, was like, I can't have it. Basically, that's not good. We got to work on the details. Should have been already doing that is what a lot of people would say, but maybe this is a learning experience for them and they get away with a tie. What are the Packers fans' thoughts, and how do you think Cowboys fans feel about it?
I'm sure Cowboys fans are ecstatic today. I mean, why wouldn't you be? As a Packers fan, no, I'm pissed. This is worse than the Browns. They're just you can't go from the penthouse to the shit house that quickly. Like now it's 2 weeks ago it was, hey, this team might win the Super Bowl, and it's not. Now it's like, is this team even gonna make the playoffs? I just don't understand how bipolar they are. It's like 1 week the offense plays great, the next week the offense plays like shit. 1 week the defense is generational, the next week they're giving up 40 points to the Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb. So they have a bye week next week, which is, it's early, but they have a lot of stuff that they can fix. But no, as a Packers fan, I'm livid this morning.
Okay, livid that they're 2-1-1 after Sunday Night Football against Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 31 of 40, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown without CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens became real guy for Dak Prescott last night in primetime.
You love to see it if you're a Dallas Cowboy fans for sure, but I mean, this the guy you need to step up and be a true number one with CD being out, and he did that. Did it in the biggest moments, showed up for his team. So you got to love that if you're a Cowboys fan.
And on the other side, Packers, Jordan Love, 31 of 43, 337, 3 touchdowns with 28 rush yards. It's like it was offensive, awesome last night. Josh Jacobs, so cool. In Dobbs' head with that Guardian catch.
So big.
You guys are the Guardian Bay Packers. I almost put that out. If that guy's going to continue to be the only one that gets in the paint for you, which it feels like he's always dancing in the paint. The Guardian Bay Packers. I was just sitting on it last night, just like, nope, don't need to say that. It's kind of his look almost.
It's not just him. Savion Williams, the rookie, he's got one too that's massive. I mean, it doesn't look great, but Dobbs has also had about 40 concussions in the last 3 years, so maybe he does need it.
And he's a great football player.
He is very good.
Yeah, he's great for you guys. Congrats to both the Packers and the Dallas Cowboys getting out of the week without a loss.
No blood.
No blood. Hey.
No blood.
Carry over. Carry over. It does suck. All right, let's go to number 4. The NFL's bubbling in Dublin. 9:30 a.m. How's your morning going? Fantastic. Get a chance to get an overview of the Emerald Isle, an absolutely beautiful place that we have been to, obviously, in the past. We've drank some Guinnesses with the folks. We've walked the streets. We've enjoyed the trad music. Hup, 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 hup. And now we got a chance to watch them host their first NFL game. And I'll tell you what, the country delivered, and the game did as well. The Pittsburgh Steelers started out immaculate. It felt as if Rooney was in the clouds looking down saying, we dominate in Ireland. Kenneth Gainwell, more like Kenneth Gain really well. And then Aaron Rodgers, for the first time, long time, absolutely throws a strike to DK Metcalf, who obviously outruns everybody to the end zone. The Pittsburgh Steelers looked remarkable. Aaron Rodgers was smiling the whole damn time, as was Mike Tomlin without the hat. We got a new Mike Tomlin, new coach Tomlin.
He doesn't like the hats either.
Yeah, no hat out there, no hat out there. Pittsburgh Steelers dominant early, and then we got a chance to experience what we've been waiting on for a long time, the Carson Wentz experience. All aboard. This one's an international affair. In the second quarter, it started Carson doing Carson. breaking free, up the middle, sidearm to Justin Jefferson on a line. Carson Wentz is the best quarterback on a field, any field, whenever he's playing good. Now, we obviously almost get sacked. We dish it off to a running back, 3-yard loss. How about this, 3rd and 12? Huck that thing up. Yeah, if he catches it, that'll be a great catch. He wasn't able to. We continue to move on. A guy gets flipped over in front of him, on top of him, fumble. Where is it? Way over here. This is the Carson Wentz experience. This is the second quarter into the third quarter. And this guy had a chance at the end to come back and tie this entire thing up. The CWE hit Ireland in a big-time way. The Steelers steal a big-time win and hold on for dear life at the very end after a lot of interesting decisions that were made by the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole. But I would like to say congrats to Ireland as a whole. Jordan Addison, wide-ass open. And Wilson with no ACLs running 22 miles an hour. Catches them, runs them down. That's Pittsburgh Steelers football. That is what Pittsburgh Steelers fans would hope would happen. But it was a great morning in Ireland. It was a great game. I thought Greg Olsen was phenomenal on the call. It was nice waking up with him, having a little coffee, hanging out with Greg Olsen, breaking down ball. He even broke down the holder's cadence on a field goal because obviously blocking of field goals is becoming a real storyline around the NFL. And the Steelers just saying, let's go for one. Or Boz, let's go for one. And then flipping out the other way. It's like, I appreciate what happened, and Dublin showed up in a big way. Let's go to Pittsburgh Steelers superfan. Obviously got nervous late. Yeah. But as a whole, Ireland was perfect for the NFL, and I think that country would enjoy the NFL if they continue to learn about it.
Yeah, Ireland was awesome. It's like everything that I heard from Steelers fans all week was like it was the perfect town to host a football game, and it was. All the Steelers legends were over there. It looked like a great time. The grass, the field was awesome. You saw Justin Jefferson slip, but other than that, like it was the grass looked great.
Best international grass.
Yes, by far that I have seen. And then, like you said, it looked like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had 7 sacks. They had 1 billion pressures. And then they ran the ball great with Gainwell. They used Darnell Washington 48 snaps as basically a 6th offensive lineman. So just like when we started the year, they were going to play defense. They were going to run the ball. Aaron was going to hit shots to DK. It was perfect.
I love that, and I love that Steelers have seemingly found an identity. They head into a bye very early. Will the old bodies be able to make it on the long haul on the other side of the bye? We shall see. And what were Boots on the Ground saying about the event?
Yeah, if you'll indulge me real quick, we have some stats from the Ireland game here from our friend McQuaid. 74,000 fans in attendance. Wow. Massive amount of fans, lads. And this is a big one. This is actually true. This is the largest movement of people from the U.S. to Europe since the wartime. Since the Allies came over and went, belt to ass on the Axis powers. It's the biggest movement in a long time. True. If you didn't know, lads, stat that. Well said, D-Bot. Thank you, lad. TJ Watt's interception where he obviously kicked the ball into the crowd in the third quarter. That was actually a nod to Gaelic football, if you know that, lads. We love it over there, obviously. This is a fun little stat here, actually. 22 different NFL teams' jerseys were in the crowd. So
they counted them?
They love
wow. McQuaid counted them. They didn't. McQuaid was boom, boom, boom. He was making sure because they obviously love they love football over in Ireland and Croke Park and everything. And then lastly, this is a big one, lads. 80-yard touchdown for DK Metcalf is the longest touchdown in all 40 of the UK-Ireland games. So, I think you're right. Let's run this back. Let's go back to Croke Park next year. Thank you, lads.
Okay, thank you, McQuaid, for being on the ball. That sounded like I was with him again back in Dublin. That man has pounded the drum for NFL Ireland. Louder and more relentless than anybody we've ever seen. Everywhere we were in Ireland, he was.
McQuaid. With the football.
New stat, with a football. New stat, new factoid.
He had underground tunnels that just
and then he might have that, actually. And him on the internet, relentless about, hey, we love it, we should love it. Ireland will love the NFL if they continue to get it more games. And I think that's good for all parties. There's a little dust up, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, there was Skylar Thompson might have got jumped the night before and robbed, but...
Did he get jumped or lose a fight? I mean,
what he said. I can tell you he didn't lose a fight.
Okay, I agree.
That's not good for team camaraderie.
That's not good
to the buddy system.
Yeah.
Take care of each other. Jeez.
Ireland, though, can happen. But on that note, football.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2 headline that we need to chit-chat about today. Number 3, good teams played good. Ladies and gentlemen, there was 2 games where 2 teams had to take L's, even though they played good and are going to be good for a long time. The Eagles and the Bucs played Dahn in Tampa. Tampa had a chance to come back and be the cardiac Buccaneers once again. The last Playboys had an opportunity. Yep. There was a 4th and 10 it came down to. Baker Mayfield ends up not being able to complete the first down. Then the Eagles actually do a slow safety to end this game. So the game is actually 2 points closer than it actually was. And then whenever you talk about Colts and the Rams, Matthew Stafford is...
Yeah, man, spinning it.
Outrageous.
Pretty good.
He is absolutely outrageous. And Danny Dimes, still a dog as well. But Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams end up getting the win, even though the Colts literally and figuratively shot themselves in the foot with a football that was in their hand before as they were about to score a touchdown. A.D. Mitchell, obviously, you've seen this. Last year, he threw a pick 6 where he actually wondered if the guy that did it was Ed Reed because he seemingly came out of nowhere on a throwback play. Then on this play, insane catch, wild yards after catch. He's pulling away in an insanely athletic fashion, and then the ball just slips out of his hands as he get a little excited to go ahead and put that thing. Incredible play. One of the best plays, and then that sound effect is the end of the first 15 minutes, but
so fast.
It could have also been on this case where he's running so fast the ball slips out, can't happen, but then he compounds it just a couple minutes later. Gets a holding call, throws a guy down on the ground. Jonathan Taylor obviously going to take this to the house. Insane run by Jonathan Taylor. Yet again, having one of his best years he's ever had as a football player, Jonathan Taylor. Yep, let's go ahead and take that back. That's in the 4th quarter of 2 minutes, 16 seconds. So, I mean, he was trying to block, though, which I appreciate. Like, A.D. Mitchell was trying to block. A.D. Mitchell also made an insane catch, insane play, almost finishes that thing. And then, geez, Jonathan Taylor did this last year, almost did it a couple weeks ago. Now we got this again. We need to clean that up, D.
Got to clean it up.
But on that note, A.D. Mitchell is
talented.
We don't need to be. Everybody's saying you need to cut him.
No.
Wait. Maybe we just get him off the field if he can get near the end zone. Or maybe we do. We don't have him throw again.
He slides down before the end zone.
Yeah, but we need exactly. Hey, you need to not even go anywhere near that goal line.
Yeah.
And also, let's not even have him block. Fuck it. Just have him only on pass plays, and let's not have him throw the ball ever again on the field. But it's certainly been an interesting first couple of years for A.D. Mitchell.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a piece that we're going to need. But that can't happen, especially against the Rams. They get a good win, but we should have won that game, and we should still be undefeated.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Shot ourselves in the foot. That's pretty much the A.D. Mitchell experience so far right there in a nutshell. That play, phenomenal talent, but it's just the little things. And hopefully he learns from this. You know how you've been in these moments where you do something maybe bonehead or you just make a bad play, and it's like the weight of the world is on your shoulder. You saw him after this play kind of outside of the huddle, just pacing around. It was tough then to get the block to compound that, but we still had a chance to at least put this game in overtime late. So it never comes down to just one player. We had 10 people on the field when we gave up the big deep ball to Tutu Atwell. So it's always a team effort in winning and losing, but it's going to be a tough week until 10 can get back on the field and hopefully make up for that. But you cannot have 10 players on the field in a situation like this. Got to have the situation, 2-minute situation. Matt Stafford, he found him, he made him pay, and the guy that was on him, he tripped and fell, which happens. But Stafford's playing unbelievable football. Puka Nacua might be the best wide receiver in football right now. And just a total team effort. You mentioned good teams playing. These are 4 teams right now that kind of can be in it at the end, and I expect these guys to make all deep playoff runs in both of these games.
The Buccaneers are going to have to start harder.
Yeah,
they're going to have to start better.
They're going to get healthier, though, too.
I agree, but also they're at their very best, what they are, unstoppable.
Yeah.
So good.
Like whenever they need it, they've seemingly got it, except for this 4th down. And the Eagles' special teams has been an absolute nightmare for the brand. Obviously, we remember 2 blocked field goals. Now we got a block punt right up the gut. Riley Dixon there almost eats one, too. Yeah. I mean, that could have been even worse. Philadelphia Eagles humming on all sides of the ball, except for getting the ball to one guy. AJ Brown.
Really,
They tried.
hands, actually.
Yeah.
They're undefeated. Their red zone right now is 11 for 11, I think. Like Hembo sent me a stat. They're 100%, I think, in the red zone. Their offensive efficiency is like the greatest of all time. And one of the highest paid guys they got at wide receiver is like, listen, hey, if you're not welcomed, not listened to, just quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Don't post. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way. So is that what his mindset was a couple weeks ago? Because didn't he have 100?
He had 106 in the TUD last week. I believe 8 catches as well.
Okay, so I appreciate the fact that he said, hey, I could be louder about this, but I live by this mantra. I just want you to know.
Which isn't loud
that this is how I live by. So I'm just trying to let you guys know who I am. But this is kind of loud, don't you think?
Well.
But you don't.
Just a
I'm not saying
I'm saying not be loud, though. I'm saying be quietly. This is going to be something that Sirianni's going to have to juggle?
Yeah.
Or are they going to...
Sirianni loves him. He would never.
Him and Devonta combined for 4 catches. Yes, I don't know if I saw this stat. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if they completed a pass in the second half.
I saw that stat too. 0 for 8.
I don't know. I didn't. We should check those stats to see if they're real. But nonetheless, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's that's probably what Sirianni and everybody says. So whenever you talk about A.J. Brown, potentially, does he want to cause a little bit of shit to either get the ball or...
Yeah, get out Dahn.
I don't know. We have no idea, but we know that the Eagles are winning games, and they always seemingly do. Let's go to number 2. Speaking of winning games, congrats to the New York Football Giants.
Yeah.
Wow. MetLife Moxie, the Daboll and Dart story. Obviously, we see a small sample size, but we love everything about it. And know that this particular sample size ends with Jackson Dart's forehead clearly pressed on the Daboll's forehead, saying, "Are you my dad?" And him saying, "Are you my son?" Great knee bend there. Good fluidity there to be able to do that. There's Daboll and Jackson say, "Hey, you're my son, I think. You're my dad." Whenever you think about two guys with moxie, I think, and seeing if they can get along, Jackson and Daboll feel like a good, doesn't it?
Good partnership.
Just from what we've learned about Daboll, sawed-off cigar in hand, some other things about willing to do whatever.
Yeah, intense.
And then Jackson Dart comes in there, all of the swagger and moxie in the world. Let alone you got Scattaboo gassing it all up.
Hell.
You got Scattaboo gassing everything up. Love everything about it. 4-4 and 6 are a problem. Okay, you times what those two add to, that's what you got with this crew. That's a hundo, pal. This group is obviously young, hungry, in the middle of a transition potentially, and people are saying that Dart saved Daboll's job.
Yeah.
We talked about that, though. We said the whole plan here is if Daboll and Dart show promise, that's probably their pitch tomorrow not to get fired.
And yesterday, I have on good authority, it was the entire ownership group in the building, like not just the mayors, but everybody collectively were there. So, yeah, it could have been a big decision made. Maybe it was because it was Jackson Dart's, the new era beginning. But, you saw the excitement from Coach Daboll after the game, and that looked like, hey, boy, you might have just saved my job. Gave me some more runway. But I love what I saw from the young kid. Obviously, you're going to have to build on it, continue to get better, because once you put anything on film, these defenses will continue to prepare and try to take away the things you do well. But you love to see this from your rookies. Him playing well, Scattaboo playing well, Abdul Carter coming along. Yeah. So you got some youth in the building, and you just want to show some promise. You want to compete as this year goes on, and then maybe you stick with Daboll and Sean in the front office.
Yeah, good luck to all of them, and we're appreciative of the moxie for sure, especially in the big city. Especially in the big city. Chargers?
Not worried about him.
Okay.
9 a.m. kick, just like
Illinois.
10 a.m. kick, whatever. Yeah, just like USC.
Yeah, Illinois, USC. Okay. I think we should think about that.
Maybe.
You worried about him?
I'm not, but, man, anytime you got a rookie.
Well, now that
it's kind of
now we know Kate Morrow's in the owner's box. I mean, we can't really fault anybody.
Also,
Rooney Mara was there too, probably.
Who's the famous actress? Is that the lady from Seinfeld? Is she related to that family?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Is she related to the New York Giants family?
I don't think so. She could be, though.
But Kate.
Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about that? Like, who are you saying whenever you say whole family?
I'm not even just saying family. I'm saying because there are other people that are in the
minority owners.
Sure, straight hands. Eli.
All hands on deck.
Mara's friends
Cake
that
boss.
tell him this team sucks.
Hey,
He's
why
like,
do
hey
we
guys,
guess what?
Emerald Gossi.
All right, and the number one story is the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Congrats to them.
Of course.
Congrats to them. Of course, I give up on them and stop picking them when this happens. Their biggest game that they've had in a long time. I forget how many years. How big of a day was that for Patrick Mahomes?
First time he's had 4 passing touchdowns in a game since October 2023.
Okay, so it's been a while. Xavier Worthy, obviously a huge piece to the puzzle. Patrick Mahomes is still that guy, always will be that guy. Juju Smith-Schuster has also been flashing a lot. I like their celebration, how they pass it around as well, with old Uncle Travis Kelce getting in there. Pacheco goes crazy. Patrick Mahomes is the youngest to 250.
250 passing touchdowns.
The youngest in the history of the game to 250 passing touchdowns. He just turned 30 just a couple weeks ago, and he's already in the GOAT discussion. Obviously, he's special. We all have to remember that, including myself, whenever I decide to pick another team. That other team, the Baltimore Ravens, defensively, man, I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Z.O. and the boys are going to have to figure it out on defensive side, including, hey, listen, what's going on? They had bad defense first 10 weeks of the year last year. Then they were able to figure it out. That feels weird that it takes that long long to figure out a defense, maybe change the defense, but nonetheless, they weren't able to stop Patrick Mahomes. On the offensive side of the ball, Lamar Jackson exited the game down 17 in the third quarter because he had an injured hamstring. I will say, I was listening to Red Zone channel. We're still all watching it, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And Scott Hansen basically said, Lamar Jackson with no medical officials around him, 17 points third quarter. I don't know what's going on there. Then he followed up like 2 minutes later, was like, we're getting reports from the local CBS that he has a hamstring strain, which is why he was not in there. So Lamar Jackson led way to Cooper Kush to get in there and do his thing. What are the Ravens right now? We shall see.